Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Spinal Hygiene Podcast. I'm Dr. Tabor Smith. Today, our topic is spinal molding. This is a very, very important spinal exercise that can help promote good alignment and help keep good alignment, at least between your chiropractic visits. So, just like we use a lot of dental analogies, but when we're going to the dentist and let's say you have a cavity, you can't brush a cavity out, right? You have to get it corrected by a dentist. So same thing if you're having spinal issues, if you have subluxations, misalignments, other types of spinal issues, you definitely want to seek a professional to get that corrected. But then after you get those things corrected, what do? Well, you take care of your spine. Just like after you get your cavity corrected at a dentist, what do? You brush your teeth, you floss. So that's why these home spinal care exercises are so important. And the one that we're going to talk about today is vital. It's called spinal molding. So to start out and to talk a little bit about the anatomy of the spine, your spine should be straight from the front. If you're looking at me straight from the front, if I'm standing in what we call anatomical position, it should be straight from the front, and from the side, it should not be straight. See, from the side, it should have natural curves. You should have a curve in your neck called a lordosis. You should have a curve the opposite direction in your mid-back called a kyphosis. And you should have another curve in your lower back or your lumbar also called a lordosis. Now, a lot of people take these for granted. They don't really understand how important those natural curves are, but it allows your spinal cord to be relaxed. And it also allows gravity. It almost acts as a shock absorber when you have those natural curves. Gravity has less stress on your discs and on your joints, and your spine's able to move and do what it needs to do because it's in that good alignment. Anytime we see abnormal alignments or something that's outside of that normal alignment, we see early degeneration and we see more wear and tear. And so we just want to do everything that we can to keep our spine in that good, healthy, strong alignment. Now, spinal molding is a specific exercise when it's probably best done at night, but you can do it anytime. The reason I say best done at night is because there's some properties of your discs. The discs are the gel material in between each vertebrae. If we're really still for a long period of time, let's say like you're sleeping at night, or if you're driving in a long car ride, let's say 5, 6, 7 hour car ride, you get out of that car and you're stiff, right? You wake up in the morning and you're stiff. That's because the gel material and the fluid in your joints, it hardens to an extent, or it gets less fluid because you've been in one spot for that long period of time. Now, the opposite is true if you're moving a lot. If you run a marathon, you're going to be really loose after that, right? If you go and you do a yoga class, you're going to walk out feeling really loose, and the fluid or the gel material inside your discs is at a more fluid state. So we're going to take advantage of that, and by the end of your day, before you go to sleep, you're probably at your loosest. Now, you can do even an extra exercise on the edge of your bed before you do your spinal molding to help loosen that up. And what you would do is you take your fists, put them together in front of you, and you just turn left and right, and you just turn to the left, turn to the right, turn to the left, turn to the right. Do that 20, 30 times, and it loosens up those discs even more. You can find more about these exercises if you go to homespinalcare.com. You can actually see videos of me doing it. But the main portion of spinal molding is when you're actually using what we call spinal molding rolls. You place one of the rolls, and if you're watching from our videos, then you'll see me holding it right here. This is a spinal molding roll. You would place one spinal molding roll under the curve of the neck and one spinal molding roll under the curve of the low back. You can just lay in your bed for anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes. I recommend if you're just starting out, try to hit 5 minutes. If it's uncomfortable, that's it. Take it out when it starts to bother you. If you can, lay on them for as long as 20 minutes before you go to sleep. I actually fall asleep on mine every night. And if you'll do this on a daily basis, it will help you to keep those good natural curves in through your spine. It's not going to change your life if you just do it once. I always say if you just brush your teeth once and then you never do it again, it's not going to make that big a difference in your life. But if you brush your teeth every day, guess what it does over time? It compounds and it makes a big difference. Same thing with these spinal molding rolls. We want to do them every day on a daily basis between your chiropractic checkups and adjustments, and that will help keep your spine in a better alignment. Find out more about these exercises at homespinalcare.com. Download the free book. Thanks so much for watching and listening in to the podcast. We'll see you on the next episode.